Hi, my name is Nichole Kelso, and today I will be demonstrating the use of cognitive behavioral therapy, also known as CBT. I'm going to begin by briefly describing the client, the presenting problem, and the theories that I will be using. So, the client that I'll be speaking with today is a 25-year-old African American male. His name is Justin. He currently resides at home with his mother, stepfather, and his younger brother. He comes from a middle class family and lives in a predominantly white neighborhood. He did report spending a lot of time in the inner city with relatives from his biological father's family. The client has a 7-year-old daughter. He is currently separated from her mother, and the daughter does live with her mother. He completed 12 years of education, received a high school diploma. The client identifies his career as a landscaper. His stepfather actually owns a landscaping business, and he's been working for him on and off since the age of 15. Since moving back home, he has resumed working for him and is landscaping again full time. He was incarcerated a little over a year ago on theft and drug charges. He currently sees a probation officer bi-weekly. He also attends Narcotics Anonymous and is working with a sponsor. He has talked about trying to build positive relationships with people that are in recovery, although he did express a difficulty in connecting and engaging with others. The presenting problem for this client is that he is diagnosed with co-occurring disorders, meaning he has both a mental illness and substance abuse issue. His mental illness is bipolar disorder. He experiences extreme periods of depression, and he also has had manic episodes in the past. His drug of choice is heroin and crack cocaine, which he began using in his early 20s. At the time, he does have 10 months of continued sobriety. The symptoms of his mental illness cause a lot of distorted thinking. He thinks very negatively about himself, identified, feeling like he doesn't fit in, thinking others are, constantly thinking negative of him. And these thoughts in the past have caused him to go out and get high. He does recognize that he uses substances, drugs or alcohol as a form of self-medication for the symptoms of his mental illness. In the past, his symptoms of his illness have also made it difficult for him to maintain stable employment and housing. At one point, he was engaged to the mother of his child, although she did break it off after his last incarceration. He sees his daughter. He's trying to rebuild that relationship, which causes, a lot of stress in his life. The specific target of the session will be to assist the client in identifying and changing harmful thinking patterns that trigger mental health symptoms and substance use. So the two theories that I will be using include cognitive and behavioral theory. Cognitive theory suggests that an individual's thoughts strongly influence their emotions and behavior, where behavior theory explains that all behavior is influenced by learning. However, it is amendable to change. The intervention that I have chosen to use with this client incorporates both behavior theory and cognitive theory. And as I stated, is known as cognitive behavior theory, or CBT. CBT provides the perfect approach in identifying and modifying behaviors and destructive thinking, which is ideal for individuals with co-occurring disorders. CBT will be beneficial for this client because it's all about changing perceptions and promoting actions towards self-change. Furthermore, CBT will provide the client with the tools and life skills to determine how he wants to feel, and I will assist him in developing a plan. So up next, you will see my session. Hello, Justin.
Hello.
Thanks for coming in today. How's everything going?
It's going okay.
So I just want to start out our session by going over confidentiality. Confidentiality is what is said here stays here. Nothing that you say to me will leave this office unless, of course, I think that you're a harm to yourself or to others. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So what's going on? What's going on in your life that brings you in here today?
I just keep getting upset.
What do you mean by upset when you say that you keep getting upset?
I don't know. Since this recovery stuff, I'm trying to do positive, but I just keep having negative thoughts.
Okay, that's understandable. It's hard sometimes, when you're trying to do positive. What brings about these negative thoughts?
It's just not the same for me. Like, I'm doing good, but I just feel as though I'm doing good, like, I guess, for others. Like, I'm not really doing it for myself. Like, I'm clean, and I'm proud of that. And, I'm starting to get a relationship back, but I messed up where my daughter being separated from me is the issue. And I just don't have no friends now. All my friends are, still using, and I gotta, stay away from them. And I'm trying to network around positive people and meet people in recovery, but it's just like things just don't click. We just don't. I don't know. It's just a little bit wrong.
Who doesn't get along?
Me, my thinking. Like I miss sometimes what's going on.
Okay, well, it sounds like you have a lot going on right now. You're trying to stay clean. You're trying to stay off of drugs. You're, separated from your daughter. So I'm sure that causes a lot of stress trying to rebuild the relationship with her. And you mentioned that you don't have many friends that are positive influences. So I'm sure at times you probably feel lonely. I want to go back to something else that you mentioned. You said that you don't do anything for yourself. So can you tell me what you do in a regular day, a regular weekday, work day? Say from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed.
Well, I wake up in the morning. I drink coffee. I smoke cigarette in the morning. Sometimes I try to wake up happy, but then sometimes I wake up grumpy. I start my day at 8 o'clock. I start my work schedule at 8 o'clock. I go to work. I do landscaping work. And after I'm done that, I come in the house and read a book, work on my recovery, stay away from negative stuff, and then it's off to bed for me.
So it sounds to me that you're working, you're focusing on staying clean, which is great, but it doesn't sound like you're doing much things that make you happy, things that you can find enjoyment in. So before you started getting high or using drugs, what kind of things did you like to do?
Well, I like to go hiking. park to play basketball. Sometimes me and my friends will go to Jersey just to go to the shore and just relax outside. Whether it was sitting on the porch or just being around a lot of people that I felt comfortable around.
So you like being in the outdoors?
Yeah.
And do you do any of those things now?
Not really, because too many distractions right now for me, and I just need to focus on doing the right thing.
And that's understandable. But sometimes we need to have time for ourselves too. I don't know if you'd, be willing to do this, but maybe you could try taking a walk outside, just enjoying the view, the scenery. I know being outside makes you feel good, being, with nature. Maybe that's something that you could try, in between sessions when you're feeling down. You think that would be something that would help you?
Yeah, I will try and see where we'll go.
Okay. And your daughter, do you see her often?
Yes, but I'm on a certain time where I can see her.
Okay. So maybe when you do have her, maybe, you and her could do one of those things that you talked about. Going outside, you know, take her to the basketball court, show her how to, shoot some hoops. Maybe go down to the beach, So, maybe when you're at the basketball courts or the beach with your daughter, you could socialize with people while you're there, meet other people, maybe there with their kids, have something in common. You're both there with your kids. There are guys on the court.
Yeah, I'll try to meet people.
I know meeting new people can be scary. You don't know how someone's going to respond to you. But what about your NA meetings? You go to NA meetings once a week?
Yes, I do go to NA meetings.
And have you built any relationships with any of the other people in the meetings?
Well, I just started actually speaking and kind of sharing, my addiction stories. So far everybody has been nice to me, but I don't know. I just want to do better.
I think you need to try and let your guard down, a little bit. Let some of those people in at the meetings. Most of the people there, I'm sure, are positive people. They're all there for the same thing as you, recovery, learn to live life without drugs and alcohol, live a new way. You might just be, you might be scared and need to try and let go of your fear.
Yeah, I gotta get better with communicating. And it's just, I don't know. It's just scary to interact with new people sometimes because I don't want to be judged for, stuff that I did. And then, I'm a guy. I don't have my daughter, so that kind of, it really plays a part in everything. And just losing my friends and seeing that they're still doing the same thing, it's like, I don't know, it's very hurtful.
Yeah, of course. I think everybody's scared to meet new people. You're not sure how they're going to respond to you and things like that. But try to reach out to some of the other guys that are at the meetings. I'm sure plenty of the guys there are in the same boat as you. Probably have kids. Aren't proud of some of the things that they did in recovery. But you guys can support one another.
Yeah.
How about events? Do they do any events at the NA groups? I know most of those groups do all types of things, and learn how to have fun without the use of drugs.
Well, they're actually doing Six Flags.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be there this summer.
Okay. So is that something you're going to sign up for?
Yeah, that's something I'm going to sign up for.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great opportunity. I mean, Six Flags is fun. You can't go there without having fun. A whole day, spending with the people in recovery. I'm sure you'll leave there with a couple different friendships.
Yeah.
And then you could just continue signing up for things, attending things, and trying to get out there. Take it slow at first. And you talked about your past friendships with people that are still in their active addiction. I know that can definitely be hard. now that you're clean and you can't, maintain communication relationships with those people. But think of it this way, you can lead them by example. Maybe if they see, hey, look at Justin, he turned his life around, he's clean, he's out having fun, without drugs, he's enjoying himself, he's working, he's rebuilding his relationship with his daughter. Maybe that they'll come around too, and they'll get clean.
I hope so. That would be nice.
Yeah, and it's possible. But it starts with you. You can only change yourself, and then hope that other people will follow.
I'll try.
But I definitely want you to take advantage of the Six Flags event. See about going and taking your daughter out. For a walk, enjoy nature together.
Yeah.
Okay, Justin. I really appreciate you coming in.
I really appreciate the talk and advice that you gave.
Okay, great. And I look forward to meeting with you next time and hearing all about that Six Flags trip.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Have a nice night.
You too.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm back. And you just finished watching my session with Justin, demonstrating the use of cognitive behavioral therapy. Some of the treatment strategies that I tried to incorporate in my session was me helping Justin to develop structure around daily activities, become more aware of his mood and negative thinking, as well as ways to engage in more pleasurable activities. I felt that overall the session went well. In the beginning of the session, Justin was a little guarded, hesitant to open up to me and, share exactly where he was at and what he was feeling. He was also a little more negative in the beginning of the session. However, as the session went on, he opened up a lot more. He started sharing about different things. I felt that he became more positive, more hopeful. And when the session ended, I truly believe that, Justin would make an effort to engage in some of the activities that we had identified. My role as the therapist was to help Justin to set realistic goals and learn how to solve problems. And one of the main issues in Justin's life right now, besides trying to manage his mental health and substance abuse issues, is that he's not engaging in any enjoyable activities, things that might make him happy and help take the focus off of such serious things such as work and recovery from substance abuse. One of the techniques I used to get a better picture of where the activities that Justin normally engaged in is I asked for him to tell me about a normal work day, the things that he did from the time he woke up to the time he went to bed. He talked about, some days waking up happy, some days waking up sad. Tries to kind of gather himself in the morning, eat, his work day starts at 8. He works a full day, comes home, showers, eats dinner, and then focuses on his recovery from substance abuse, and goes to bed. And in that day, he didn't identify anything that he did for Justin, for himself, something he would find joy and pleasure in. And when you already are having, distorted thinking patterns, always thinking negatively about yourself and the world around you, and then you're not engaging in anything pleasurable, it's going to increase the negative symptoms, the negative thinking. I believe that Justin made some really big progress in identifying, the things that he enjoyed doing, things that he participated in before he was hooked on drugs. He talked about hiking, going to the beach, playing basketball, a lot of outdoor activities. I felt that it was beneficial to kind of incorporate doing some of these activities with his daughter, considering that he is working to rebuild that relationship between himself and his daughter, and he did identify that that is one of the major stressors in his life right now. So I thought that would be pretty beneficial. He's involved in Narcotics Anonymous recovery. That's very positive. So I tried to use that as an outlet for him to engage in pleasurable activities. Tried to get him to overcome his fear of socializing with others and meeting and new people and worrying about being judged. And I thought it was great that he talked about an upcoming event to Six Flags and joining that group of people and trying to socialize a little more with them. I did find it a little difficult to get into the intervention part of the session. I was unsure of, when I didn't want to dive right into the intervention, and I didn't want to not, touch on the intervention. So that made me a little nervous. I feel that as I continue to do these role-playing sessions, I am becoming a little more comfortable compared to, the first role play I did in one of the previous classes. I am more confident in my ability, and the more comfortable I will become at providing therapy and practice interventions with others. I felt that time restraint was a barrier during the session with the client. Typical CBT session would be anywhere from 50 to 60 minutes. So trying to squeeze that into a 10-15 minute video was a little difficult. If I was allowed the full amount of therapy time, I would have began the session with kind of an education about Justin's bipolar disorder. I would talk to him about the symptoms, which include both depression and mania, and help him to understand that although he does have an illness, he is in control, and he has the ability to cope with these symptoms. And CBT, helps him to do that. Also, in the beginning, I worked on building a collaborative relationship. I tried to use my attending skills, listening skills. Again, if the session had been a little longer, I probably would have spent a little more time in the beginning trying to get to know Justin, a little more time finessing that collaborative helping relationship. But again, overall, I felt that the session was okay. I believe the dialogue flowed, and I felt that Justin left the session feeling better than he did, and with some more, with some tools that he could take with him than when he came into the session. So I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I look forward to different feedback, and I look forward to continuing to practice different types of interventions and theory. Thank you.